want to talk about something, okay? I want to talk about something. You stay with me, okay? I'm not being the typical guy here. I know I'm already smiling. I hadn't even told you. I want to talk about something. Sex, okay? I'm not talking about the retention from self-pleasure. I'm talking about the retention from both individuals. Whether you're married, just couple, whatever you may be, engaged, whatever. Let's talk about the retention aspect of it from both individuals. There is no science. There's no science behind it, but it's not rocket science why there's some females walking around single and pregnant. There's no science why some young men are out here just hopping around getting females pregnant. Shouldn't there be a retention from both individuals? You tell me, because I need to know. I'm trying to figure that out. Let's talk about it. Ain't nothing wrong with you. Just remember you're special. Feeling hopeless and alone, just remember there's always God there to be there to help you. Put in effort, make mistakes. No one on this earth is perfect. Trials and tribulations both in life are guaranteed, but in the end it's all worth it. I'm hoping and I'm praying this is something relatable and the words are beneficial when someone out there can understand what I'm saying. Mind, muscle, motivation. Let's stop playing. Share it with the nation. What it do though, y'all? It is mind, muscle, spirit, motivation. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. If you came across this, just stay with me until the end. I wanted to speak about sex, okay? Look, hold on now. Stay with me, okay? I want to really talk about it. I want to talk about the the avoiding it for a while from both people, not just men. I'm not talking about just the retention from self-pleasure. I'm talking about the the retention from both people. You know, the guy may need to feel like he need to clap her cheeks, and she may feel like she need her cheeks clapped from him. But what if that went avoided for both individuals for a while? Because listen, like I said before, I truly believe that the fact that you can have it so easily from your significant other and from anybody, the fact that you can the fact that you can give it up so easily and the fact that you can get it so easily. What if that's what we're doing wrong? Hmm? Let's talk about it here, okay? Listen, I know how it feels to not have it, and I know how it feels to have it whenever you want. Obviously, when you have it whenever you want, why is it that the fact that you can have it whenever you want and leave, you can have it whenever you want and leave. Listen to me, okay? Listen, hold on, y'all. It's sad, but there's a lot of females walking around here single and pregnant. I'm a man. I'm a guy. I've been a young teenager, okay? Listen, I don't, obviously, let's talk about looks, okay? Because obviously that's what, gets us to shaking them sheets, okay? The simple fact, there's a simple fact that looks don't mean everything, okay? And let me talk about this first. I don't care if you have hips that don't lie like Shakira. I don't care if you have that thing looking plumb and brown like Beyonce. I don't care if you can shake that thing like Tyler. You can give it up multiple times for a while and the guy still will leave. We all know about the Beyonce situation, okay? We all know. We all know. I ain't going to speak about it because it's still sad. It's still sad that she's with him, but we ain't going to talk about that, okay? Anyways, looks do not, they don't matter, okay? I'm talking to the female right now. And you may be attractive as ever. You got everything. You got the face, you got the hips, you got the booty, you got it all. And you're still single. You're still being cheated on. Why not try something different, right? Why not keep it away from him for a minute? Why not make him work for it? Why not make him get to know you? Why not let him? Let's stop using that word make. Why not let him get to know you? Keep it away from him. As a man, personally, I want to speak about the fact that there is a certain crave when it's not being met. That crave will keep you around, okay? It will keep you around. Females, let me tell you, as a man, I'm speaking as a man. There is a crave when it's not being met, when the hunger is not being fed, when you're starving that crave, you will stay around like a dog, okay? But let me tell you, when a dog doesn't get fed, he will leave. Oh, your boy's on to something. When a dog isn't being fed, he will leave to look to be fed somewhere else. So obviously you can't, I don't like using that word, but it's probably not best to keep it away from him for too long. But why not give him snacks here and there, all right? Just enough to keep him around, just enough to know that you care about him. But to give him the full course meal all the time, it still won't be enough to keep him there all the time. Because listen, I'm not speaking as a man who's done it. I'm speaking a man who has seen it. There are guys that's cheating on these females who look like Miss America around here. And let me tell you something, Miss America, if you're listening. It just doesn't matter that you look the way you look. That's why I don't get the healthy females. That's what I'm gonna call them. The healthy females. That's why I don't understand why they want to do so much to look like the female that looks like that, who gets that, but all the while not realizing that, yeah, she's getting all that attention, but there's a female who looks even better than her. There's a female that looks just like her who will also get that attention stole away from her. So to go out of your way to look a certain way to get what you think you're going to have or to get what you think you're going to keep, I don't know. But anyways, let's get back on subject here. Looks aren't everything, so let's go ahead and get that out the way. So, long story short, you can look bad. You know what I'm saying? You can look like Houston, Texas girl bad. I don't know. Apparently, females in Houston look the baddest. But Lord have mercy. It doesn't matter, okay? You can keep giving it up to him, but he still will leave. All right? So why not look bad and continue to remind him that you're bad? And why not let that joker starve for a little bit before you right away give it up, because he will leave. And for guys, hey, for us men, I don't know, but we just got to starve a little bit. Sometimes it's best. So again, why not keep sex something that you avoid for a minute or two? Why not both of us try it? I know, okay? I know. Even if you don't give it up to him, he will go somewhere else. And maybe even if he don't go somewhere else, he has that simple thing that he can do to himself or even her, to fulfill that crave. But if you're a person who doesn't believe in doing that, why not starve each other for a little bit? Why not avoid sex altogether? I know when you're married, there may be some suspicion, because I honestly think, and this is not from experience because I'm not married yet, but it seems like when there's no sexual intimacy, affection, and all that going on with relationships altogether, it's always assumed that one of the two individuals are getting that somewhere else. For me, I'm just not an affectionate guy. I've never been, and when I do try to do that, and you show me that it's enough and you left, or you even chose me over another dude, that shit affects me, okay? Even at the age of 32, I'm a grown ass man here, but that affects me. It does something to me in my heart, you know what I'm saying? And it doesn't go away. I'm trying and I pray about it, but The simple fact that I don't do that a lot, and when I do try to do it and it's not enough, yeah. But this ain't about me, okay? But um if both of the two are in agreement, right? In agreement of starving each other out for a little bit and just having an avoidance of sex. I honestly think there's no science behind this, but I think that the two individuals will find more to do together than shake them sheets and clap them cheeks. I really do. I think it's obvious, but it's not so obvious, okay? Because again, this is what I see. I know the most loyal people in the world. Here comes the MVP. I know the most loyal people in the world to their significant other, even when they're not giving it up, and they will still have a crave towards somebody they're highly attracted to. But that's why I mentioned the whole attraction thing, because I mean, I'm not speaking like a guru here, because obviously I've struggled with this, and I've spoken about that before. My problem being, going towards females that are attractive, because the female I got now, she's attractive, and that's why my son looks the way he looks. I don't take all the credit for that, but that's why I keep talking about attraction doesn't, it just doesn't matter. But I'm not saying to get with somebody you're not attractive to. I'm not saying that, because you'll never shake them sheets. But hold on. Those sheets will not be shaken at all. That's like the you got the beach and you got the sand. And the sheets will be the sand. But listen, I got myself off track. Lord have mercy. But it's always talked about it's always talked about how guys should avoid, masturbation. Let's just be real here. I don't hear it talked about when it comes to females, but obviously females can, they can seek self-pleasure as well. And then you can just be in a relationship where that's all you do. But again, it's so crazy how, you know, there's a lot of guys out here, okay, and they have multiple females pregnant, and they probably aren't even able to name the place where that person was born, and the same vice versa. And I used to feel so sorry for these females, y'all. I used to want to be Captain, Mr. Captain Save the female. But it's hard for me to feel sorry, and I know sometimes, uh you know well, I was going to say there's infidelity and being cheated on, but that's the whole point of the video here. But I used to feel sorry, okay? But come on, there's two people here. And yeah, some things can happen to where the female doesn't want to do anything, and the guy, he does what he does, but those are deadbeats anyway, but I'm not going to get on that. But I used to feel really sorry for females who, they have, these are the females I felt sorry for. Let me correct myself. I used to feel sorry for the females who had multiple kids. But this is what I now know. You had one. You had one by an individual, right? And you gave it up. Whenever he wanted, he got it. And then you have another one, whether it's from the same one or a different one. The first one, and from what I heard, when females get pregnant, it's rough. 9 months of pure HE double hockey sticks. And I'm not judging, but if it hurts and if it's painful, as women and females say, you would think after the first one you will be a little more cautious about giving it up. But the females who I would feel sorry for are the females who have 3 or 4 of them things walking around, and there's no male beside her at all. There's no male that wants to even try, and there's no male stepping up to the plate who got her pregnant in the first place. This is what happens. Again, I'm not judging. I'm going to keep on saying that. But this is what happens when you allow him to clap them cheeks and when you allow him to shake them sheets. I believe, I ain't talking about me, okay? Because I'll wait. I'm not putting myself in this equation, but that's why I just truly believe that there's some men, teenagers, boys that just need to be not put in their place, but they just need to be starved a little bit. Okay. They need to be starved out a little bit. They don't need to be given that bone right away. They need to have them snacks. They don't need to have that bowl filled up. And sadly, there's pros and cons that come with everything. I keep on saying that. But if you're a strong-minded female, if he leaves, that's all he wanted. And for the guy, I mean, I don't know any dudes that, personally, I don't know any dudes that will avoid getting fed if she wants to feed them. So, guys, if if you get a female that just wants to hop around, I have to say this because the main one ain't gonna like it, but y'all ain't gonna sabotage my relationship. So you see the name back here, but you don't know what the last name is. Um, anyways, I've had relationships where, she that's all she wanted from your boy because I put that thing down. I hate saying that. I probably shouldn't have said it, but I'm all about improving, okay? But I put that thing down. So she came back to get it while I was the one who actually wanted the relationship. But like I said, I wasn't being starved out. I was getting fed all the time. But again, that's why the relationship I have now is the longest relationship because, she starves your boy out a little bit, your mouth going white and everything. But as a man, I hate to say it because it's going to bum out other men, but I do think not giving it up and not getting it right away is something that should absolutely be put into action. And let's get back to the topic at hand: sex. Mm. Don't judge me, okay? I work out all the time, so I'm a man with high testosterone. So of course, it doesn't take much for me, to start, to salute. You know what I'm saying? Um, I only need a centimeter of booty to be seen before I start to be somewhere, you know. But anyways, oh Lord have mercy. I needed to talk about this, okay? But seriously, because it's something that I know more people than none will be intrigued with and intrigued by and intrigued from. But it's 70-30. 70% of this is mainly for females because I really do. I hate to see it. I don't feel sorry for the female who has the baby and the dude, left her after a week or two of letting him, clap them cheeks and shake them sheets. I don't feel sorry for her, but the female who has multiple kids, still struggling, still having a hard time, still not quite having a man who will support and provide, you know, I'm just not I'm not able to feel sorry for you because you have a life that you pretty much put yourself in position in. And like I said, I know, some things happen, but if the root cause is you getting pregnant multiple times, if the root cause, again, the root cause is you letting him clap them sheep. Lord have mercy. Let me say it a little faster. If the root cause is you letting him clap them cheeks and shaking them sheets, if you know for a fact that's the root cause and you're steady having kids with nobody around to help, you yourself shouldn't even feel sorry for yourself, because the root cause is the fact that you keep letting them have it. So again, it's not just the guys that need to be starved out, both individuals, because there's a lot of sex craved people out here, and it's not just men. That's one thing I will speak highly on when it comes to us men. It's not just men. Excuse me. There's a lot of females who probably crave it even more so than men. There are. I know. I damn it. I know. It can't. It can't be just us men. So we got to stop getting all the. We got to stop getting all the hate and the shame, because it's not just men. There's female dogs too. Look, you heard that? I got to give myself a head clap. There's female dogs too. And just in case y'all forgot, there are female dogs out here too running around. It's not just male dogs. There's female dogs too. So again, sex retention, sex avoidance. Yeah, it should be put into effect when it comes to relationships, and it definitely should be put into effect with your own life, even if you're single, because you can have that fulfilled by anybody, including yourself. So yeah, put it into effect. Like I said, I don't know the science behind it. There's some good that come with it that's supposedly scientifically proven, but I'm just talking about with your relationships mainly so, and your self-respect. That's what I'm talking about. So hopefully this video gave you some knowledge. Maybe it really helped you think, and maybe it helped you gain some self-respect to yourself, because again, that's what it's all about. For females, don't let yourself continuously be taken advantage of. And if you're an attractive female, be a strong-minded female as well, because there's nothing like a strong-minded attractive female. So and for men, be a man. you know don't be a boy anymore. Don't be a puppet to these females and letting them control you with their looks, and with that dang dang. Be a man who can stand firm, and who can be around an attractive female, who can be around a Beyonce, a Shakira, a J Lo, a Tyler, you know, because when does it end? When does it end? Me, myself personally, I'm not, God willing, I'm not going to be in my 50s continuously being out here running around. And I want to keep my relationship, you know what I'm saying? And I want to be a man who can say, I don't care how bad you look, I ain't shook. That's what I want to be able to say. I ain't shook. So it's mind, muscle, spirit, motivation. Hopefully this was a fun, again, intriguing video. Like, subscribe, share, leave your comments. It's all about improving, y'all. And again, I gotta give you the truth, because I don't have nobody to impress. And I gotta give you that knowledge with the truth, because that's me. You get what you see. Until next time, y'all. Hey, we out.